Imagine it is the middle of the night. You are sleeping in your bed. It is quiet and dark. Suddenly, a loud siren wakes you up. This is not a police car or a fire truck. It is an air raid siren. This sound means danger is coming from the sky. For millions of people, this was a real night. The loud sound filled their cities and towns, waking everyone from their sleep. When people hear this siren, they must act very fast. There is no time to wait. Parents grab their children, and everyone runs from their beds. They do not stop to take their toys or clothes. The only important thing is to get to a safe place. They feel scared because they know a weapon is coming. The noise of the siren is everywhere. Everyone runs to a bomb shelter. A shelter is a very strong room or building made to keep people safe from attacks. Some shelters are under the ground. Some homes have a special safe room. Others run to a public shelter in their street. They must get inside and close the door before the missile hits. This story is about a missile attack. The missile was a powerful weapon that traveled a very long distance. It was sent from a country far away. We will learn about this attack and why it happened. We will learn about the group that launched the missile and the people they attacked. This single event is part of a bigger problem, showing how a faraway conflict can bring danger to anyone's home. 2. A missile in the sky. It was August 5th, a quiet Tuesday. The time was 1 o'clock in the morning. Across central Israel and the areas around Jerusalem, millions of people were asleep in their homes. The streets were empty and dark. But the peace of the early morning hours did not last. A loud sound suddenly cut through the silence. It was the piercing noise of air raid sirens. The sound woke everyone up. This was the Army's official warning system. The sirens had one clear and scary message. A missile is coming. You must run to a shelter and be safe. The Israel Defense Forces, the country's army, was already working. Their advanced systems saw the missile on their screens long before the sirens started. It was a ballistic missile, a very powerful and dangerous weapon. It was flying very fast through the night sky. The army tracked its exact path. They knew where it came from. The missile was launched from Yemen. This country is about 1,500 kilometers away. The missile traveled a very long distance to reach Israel. But Israel has a special way to protect its people. It has a very advanced air defense system. This system acts like a strong shield for the whole country. Different parts of the shield are designed to stop different kinds of threats. As the missile from Yemen got closer to populated areas, the defense system locked onto it. It was ready to stop the dangerous attack. The system quickly fired its own missile. This special missile flew up into the sky to meet the incoming threat. High above the ground, the two missiles met. There was a bright flash and a big explosion. but it was far away from any homes or people. The defense system worked perfectly. The missile from Yemen was completely destroyed before it could hit anything. After the explosion, the sirens stopped. The danger was gone. No people were hurt and no buildings were damaged. Everyone was safe. But the morning started with fear. 3. The attackers from Yemen. The group that launched the missile is called the Houthis. They are a large, powerful group from the country of Yemen. Yemen is in the Middle East, but it is very far from Israel. The distance is about 1,500 kilometers. It is difficult to send a missile that far, but the Houthis can do it. This shows their weapons are strong. They have a military spokesperson named Yahya Sari. He often appears on television to say that the Houthis did an attack. After the missile was stopped on August 5th, he made a statement. He said the Houthis were responsible for the attack. He also said they wanted to hit a big airport near the city. The Houthis say they attack Israel for one main reason. They say they are helping the Palestinian people in Gaza. They started their attacks in November 2023. This was about 1 month after the big fight started between Israel and Hamas. The Houthis say their attacks are a message of support. They want to show that they are on the side of the Palestinians. They often say this in their official statements after an attack. When there is a ceasefire or less fighting in Gaza, the Houthis usually stop their attacks. This also shows that their actions are connected to the situation in Gaza. The Houthis have many kinds of weapons. They do not only use long missiles. They also use cruise missiles, which fly low, and they use drones. Drones are like small airplanes with no pilot inside. Sometimes they use all these weapons at the same time. They hope that using many weapons at once will make it harder for the defense systems to work. They have short-range missiles and long-range missiles. This means they can attack places that are near and places that are very far away. This was not the first time the Houthis attacked Israel. It was not the second or third time either. In fact, it was the 68th attack of this kind. They have launched many missiles and drones before. This campaign of attacks shows that they plan to continue for a long time. 4. A powerful helper. The Houthi group in Yemen is strong, but they do not fight alone. They have a very powerful helper, the country of Iran. Iran is a large and important country in the Middle East, and it gives the Houthis a lot of support. This support is the main reason why the Houthis can do so much. Iran helps in many ways. First, it gives the Houthis money. Wars are very expensive, and Iran's money helps the Houthis to keep fighting. Second, Iran gives them advanced weapons. These are not simple guns. They are dangerous missiles and drones that can fly for a very long time and travel very far. Some of these weapons are made in Iran and then sent secretly to Yemen. But Iran does more than just give money and weapons. It also provides training. Iranian experts teach Houthi fighters how to use the complex missiles and drones. They also teach them how to build their own weapons inside Yemen.
Iran sends the special machines and materials needed to make these weapons. This means the Houthis do not always have to wait for weapons from Iran. They can make them at home. This help from Iran is often secret. They use ships to move weapons across the sea. They also use secret roads on land to get things into Yemen. Because of all this help, the Houthi group has become much more than a local army. They can now attack countries that are very far away. The missile that flew towards Israel traveled more than 1,500 kilometers. An attack like that is only possible because of the powerful weapons and training they get from their helper, Iran. 5. Israel's defense system. Israel has a very special and strong system to protect its people. When enemies send missiles, this system works to stop them in the sky. It is like a big, invisible shield over the country. This defense shield is not just one thing. It has many different parts, or layers. Each layer has a special job. This is called a multi-layered defense system. It is one of the most advanced in the world. The different layers work against different kinds of attacks. For small rockets that come from close places, there's a system called the Iron Dome.
It is very famous and has stopped thousands of rockets. For bigger missiles that travel a medium distance, there is another system called David's Sling. And for the biggest long-range missiles, like the one sent from Yemen, Israel uses the Arrow system. The Arrow system is designed to fly very high into the sky to destroy ballistic missiles before they can reach the ground. These different parts work together to create a full defense shield. The system worked perfectly to stop the missile from Yemen. The Arrow system found the missile and shot it down. Nobody was hurt and nothing was damaged. This shows how effective the defense system is. Israel also gets help from other countries, like the United States. They share technology and sometimes use American defense systems to make the shield even stronger. This cooperation is important for Israel's security. However, this protection is very expensive. Each missile used to stop an attack, called an interceptor, costs a lot of money. One interceptor missile can cost millions of dollars. This is much more expensive than the attacking missile it destroys. So even when Israel successfully stops an attack, it costs a lot of money. Defending the country this way is a big economic challenge. The shield keeps people safe, but the cost is very high. 6. A war of fear and money. The Houthi attacks have a purpose that is more than just physical damage. The missiles are often stopped by the defense system before they can hit the ground. But the attackers know that the attacks still cause big problems for the country. This is a war of fear and a war of money. A main goal of these attacks is to make people in Israel afraid. Imagine hearing a loud siren in the middle of the night. Everyone must stop what they are doing. You have to wake up your family and run to a safe place, a shelter. Life stops completely. You wait in the shelter and you do not know if a missile will hit your home. This happens many times, sometimes more than once a week. It makes people feel stressed and worried all the time.
They cannot relax or live a normal life. This constant fear is a powerful weapon. It is hard for adults to go to work, and it is very hard for children to go to school and play. The attackers want to tire the people and the country. They want to create a feeling of constant danger. The attacks also hurt the country's economy in many ways. A very important part of Israel's economy is tourism. People from all over the world come to visit its historic places.
But when there are missile attacks, tourists get scared and do not want to come. They cancel their flights and their hotel rooms. This means that hotels, restaurants, and shops lose a lot of money. Many people who work in tourism can lose their jobs. The country's main airport, Ben Gurion International Airport, is often a target. When the sirens sound near the airport, planes cannot take off or land for safety reasons. This causes many delays and cancellations. It hurts businesses that need to send and receive things by plane. It also makes it very difficult for people to travel for work or to see family. Finally, defending against these attacks is very expensive. As we learned, Israel has a very good defense system. But every time it shoots down a missile, it costs a lot of money. The defense missiles are very advanced and cost much more than the simple missiles the Houthis use. This creates a serious money problem. The government has to spend billions of dollars on defense. This is money that cannot be used for other important things the people need, like building new schools, better hospitals, or new roads. So even when a Houthi missile does not hit a building, the attack is successful. It spreads fear among millions of people, and it weakens the country's economy. It is a smart and effective way to fight a war. 7. The whole region is worried. The missile attacks from Yemen are a big problem for Israel, but the worry is much larger. Other countries in the Middle East are watching the situation closely. They are nervous because they do not want the fighting to spread. A bigger war would be very bad for everyone in the region. Leaders in nearby countries like Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates are very careful. They publicly ask for peace and for the conflict to become smaller. However, they do not say much about each specific attack from the Houthis. They want to stay out of the direct conflict. Egypt is also in a difficult position. It is close to both Israel and the important Red Sea shipping lanes. Egyptian leaders are working hard to be mediators. This means they are trying to get the different sides to talk and find peaceful answers. Farther away, leaders in Europe and other parts of the world are also concerned. They see that the conflict is growing beyond Israel and Gaza. The Houthi attacks have created a new front in the war, far from the original fighting. The European Union has officially condemned the attacks on civilian areas. They say these actions are wrong and dangerous, and they ask for everyone to show restraint. The United States is helping to protect international ships in the Red Sea, but even with this help, the missile and drone attacks continue. A big problem is that words are not enough. Many world leaders say the attacks are terrible, but they have not taken strong actions to stop them. There are no serious consequences for the Houthis or for Iran, the country that helps them. This lack of action is a major issue. It sends a message to the attackers that they can continue what they are doing. It makes them feel brave and more powerful. This inaction makes the whole region less safe. When world powers do not act, it creates more danger. The fear is that this conflict will not stay limited. It could easily grow and pull in more countries. A small fire could become a very large one that is difficult to put out. For the people living in the Middle East, this is a very worrying time. The future feels uncertain, and the risk of a bigger war is always present. 8. What is next? The missile did not hit its target. People were safe this time, but this was just one attack. The big problem is not over, and the danger has not gone away. The Houthi group in Yemen is still a very serious threat. With help from Iran, they have powerful weapons and can attack again. They have shown that they can attack from very far away, so millions of people are at risk. This means they can launch more missiles at any time. Future attacks could be even more difficult to stop. This leaves Israel with a very difficult choice. There are two main paths, and both are hard. The first path is to keep defending. This seems like the safer choice right now, because it does not start a bigger war. Israel's defense system is one of the best in the world, but it is also very expensive to use. Every time Israel stops a missile, it costs millions of dollars. The missiles from the Houthis are much cheaper to build. Over time, this could cost Israel too much money. Also, no defense system is 100% perfect. There is always a small chance that a missile could get through. A single mistake could cause a terrible disaster. The second path is to attack the Houthis directly in Yemen. This could stop the missile launches for a while. It would send a strong message, but it is a very dangerous and complicated step. An attack could start a much bigger conflict in the Middle East. It could make Iran and its other allies angry. The war could then spread to more countries, and many more people could be hurt. This path is full of risks and unknown results. So for now, life continues in a dangerous new normal. People must always be ready for sirens and run to shelters. This creates constant stress for families and children. It also hurts the country's economy. The future is very uncertain because there are no easy answers. Leaders from other nations are worried, but they have not found a way to stop the attacks. Israel must decide what to do next to protect its people. What do you think is the better choice, to defend or to attack?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.